Okay, so with being an empath, you want to make sure that you have things that are going to help protect you. They're going to protect and guard your energy. So carrying around tourmaline, working with that, it's just a protection stone. It helps absorb negativity, and making sure that you set your intention to say, okay, I'm going into the store. I'm not allowing my energy to be taken. I'm not giving my energy right now. I'm at the store for me. One thing that really helps me a lot is I'll put in headphones whenever I don't want people. I know I don't have the energy to deal with it. I don't want to be absorbing your energy. I'm here to get my tomatoes and my onions and my carrots, and I'm leaving. Right.
Mhm.
So sometimes you have to go in with that mindset, but also it helps if you really get inundated with other people's energy and you notice, like, for example, I walked into the store. I have the exact same path I take every time, right? I walk in, it's a weird thing. I blame my bio mom for this, but I mean, I kind of appreciate it and I kind of don't. It costs me a lot more in groceries, but I end up going down every aisle, right? And so I know I'm going to come into into contact with these people multiple times. A lot of times other people do it and we meet at the same ends of the aisles, and those people that you see over and over want to talk to you. They automatically connect to your energy. They want to talk to you and they want to then get something from you. They don't even know what, but energetically they're leeching your energy, right? They're absorbing. They don't realize it. It's something that just happens subliminally, and there are some people that will be attracted to you and just be like, oh, I can see something on her. I'm going to talk to her. And then you end up hearing the whole life story and you're like, I keep coming for bread. you know?
Yeah.
So protect yourself. Set your guard, set your intention. I'm here to do this. I'm not here to do spirits work right now. You are a light worker and you're called to do some of these same things that I do. And I know that freaks you out, but just know that you have much more of a gifting and much more of like your spirit, your soul within you has so much power and you exude so much positive energy that spirit's like fixing to elevate you to a whole new level. And you're going to touch a lot more lives than you've been touching. But right now, like, and I feel like in this reading, we're going to get into this a little bit because I'm already channeling messages for you and I haven't even started. But you are you are someone who is divinely guided and inspired to bring hope and healing to other people's lives. In order for you to do that, you have to get that hope and healing in here. And right now, I see such a somberness and such a heaviness over you. I feel like there's extreme sadness and I feel guilt. And I don't know what that's about. We're going to dive into that in a minute. But I know that's true because it's hitting me here and I'm about to cry feeling your energy.
Like, I'm about to cry.
Yeah, I felt your energy. I felt it come up. So what I want to tell you is that you have to be very intentional. You need to study being an empath. You need to be intentional about your energy and who you let in your space. And especially, I don't know if you're single or if you're sexually active, that's your business. But what I'm going to tell you is you need to be very careful with your energy. Be careful who you allow inside of you and in your energy field. Okay. It's very important. And whenever you go in listening to music, that can help you avoiding eye contact with people. Just beeline for where you're going, because people will just automatically stop you. And you're probably the one that, like, you go in the store and you see there's a baby crying and you see a mom get upset and you want to just go over and fix it. You want to calm the baby down. Mama, I'll give you a break. Let me take the baby for 5 minutes. Or whatever, that, because that's your heart, because that's who you are. That's who empaths are. That's what we do. We want to fix, we want to help. But the other problem with empaths is we don't always fix and help ourselves. We spend all of our time fixing and helping everyone else, and then we're slowly dying on the inside, and we're not telling anyone what's actually happening in here because we don't think anybody else can handle it, because we're the strong ones, because we're the ones that are supposed to keep up with it. And so, like I know you came here from mediumship, but your guides wanted to talk to you about this. So I didn't even tell y'all to start time over there. I'm sorry. We'll just give me I don't even know how long we've been on here. Give me 12 minutes. We probably spent 3. Give me 12 for mediumship now, okay? I know Ashley's over there crying for you too. But anyway, that's one. That was the first thing, is that your spirit guides, that wasn't even like your ancestors coming through. That was your spirit guides telling you need to hear that. And so that is something that you need to really, really be in tune with, because you have a lot of giftings. And I think that you know that, but you're unsure of what to do with it. And you just kind of get scared by it all because is this real? Did I really see that before it happened? Did I really know that was coming, or was that
Yeah.
dream? Yeah, and deja vu a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's because you've lived this before. This is not your first time around this earth. This is not your first life. You have multiple past lives, and you have multiple things that you're remembering because you've done this before. Okay, so that's just a premonition. It's just a reminder. It's letting you know, there's so much more than what's happening right here, right now. And man, you're a powerful being. You're a powerful being.
Oh,
And you got some good things about to break loose for you. She's always for years known and felt when things were going to happen. Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm picking up on it right now. I keep telling her she has strong gifts. You do. And intense. Like, I mean, I don't ask Ashley. I've read Ashley, I don't know how many times, and I don't go in and just say this to everyone. Like, it's strong on you. The anointing and calling on your life is strong. Who's timing? Ashley, are you timing? You're timing, apparently, because you're the only moderator I see right now. So you get to time because I don't have it somewhere. Please. So wherever we're at, I don't know. Let's just keep going. Okay, so now I'm going to tune into your energy, and we're going to actually do this mediumship because I'm freezing over here because your family wants to talk. But first, you need to know you're gifted. You need to protect your gift, protect your energy. And is there some male that keeps coming in and out of your life? I don't know if this is a friend,
No.
romantic interest, or what, but they're saying like there's someone that's bound, and I'm assuming it's a man, maybe it's not a man, but is there someone within your circle that just keeps like bouncing in and out? Like I'm seeing someone that comes in, kind of you think everything's good and cool, and then it's like, what the fuck happened? They're gone.
I don't know. Me and my boyfriend, we broke up one time. I mean, it was kind of back and forth for a little bit when we were broken up, but now we've been together back for like almost 2 years. So it hasn't really been on and off. Other male energy, I mean, my dad, I don't know. I don't really talk to him though, but I feel like things keep happening with him that it's like, you're relevant in my life again. And now you're not, but he's like still always there.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. Okay, so they're saying that within this connection, and I feel like this is a grandfather figure that's coming through for you, and they're trying to say that within this connection, like it's very unhealthy, it's very toxic, and like it's not for lack of you trying, and it's not because you haven't done the right things. It's not because you're not a good daughter. You need to know that. You need to know that it's not your fault. You need to know that your dad is simply broken. He is broken and he's doing the best that he knows how with what he was raised with. And that doesn't excuse his behavior, but it gives you some sort of understanding of he's human and that this situation has been painful for you, but it's also something that has allowed you to grow. Because I feel like what happens every time he comes in and out with this energy for you, it's like you get this whole, you struggle a lot with acceptance and feeling like you actually belong, right? And so, oh, I lost her. She nodded her head and then went away. There she is. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm sensing is that you struggle a lot with that because you feel like you weren't ever fully accepted from dad. And you really always felt like maybe you had to perform to get dad's love or acceptance, or he had to be in trouble because that's when dad would pay attention. Is that correct?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So within that connection, growing up, it's kind of rocky up and down. And so then that left you with these issues of feeling that you needed to seek and do something to perform to get someone's love or acceptance. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So where you're at now, and with him coming in and out, it's like you make all this progress forward, and then he comes in and it's like you revert right back to that childhood, and you feel alone and scared and confused and like, what's happening? Why am I feeling this way? And then you start to come out of it, you start to build and grow, and then all of a sudden he's like no longer relevant again, and then you're right back to abandon me, and then you heal and grow and you get yourself back up to this good place, and then all of a sudden he's back in and you're back here again. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, what I want to tell you is that the good news is every time you did this journey and you went to here and you came back here and were met with this resistance or met with this new reestablishment of connection at this point, it didn't take you all the way here, right? It didn't completely destroy you. Each and every time you leveled up. Each and every time you healed another level. But the problem is that the healing that you've been doing only comes when your heart gets broken. Spirit's saying that your broken heart is still just broken. It's just that part isn't hurting you right now. I had this conversation. I've mentioned this with you guys on the live before, where if you were to break, and there was somebody I did this, I explained this in a reading the other day, a live reading I was doing with someone, like a FaceTime like this, you know, and we were like, if you have a finger that breaks and you don't get it set, but it's not hurting you anymore, you just like, it heals on its own. Maybe you taped it to the next one and let it go, but then it kind of healed, but it healed kind of janky, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
it doesn't work right, it doesn't go in the right place like it should, but it doesn't hurt, so you don't see it as a problem, right? And so that's what I see, what your guides are showing me. Your guides are really wanting to talk a lot. You had that one male figure that came through, and I feel like that's a grandparent that's related to your father, but literally your guides are here and they feel like this is the time for you to hear these messages. Okay. So I know that you wanted mediumship, and sometimes the mediumship, they take over and like, no, she's to hear these lessons rather than messages about what's happened in the past. Okay. So you've gotten that one message just saying like, this is where it's come from, but this is what you need to deal with. You're going into a season of intense healing. Okay. This is like, you've had your realization of life isn't what I want it to be and isn't where I need it to be right now. And I've done everything I know to do, and I don't know what to do now. So how do I get this happiness everyone talks about? How do I get to this fulfillment? How do I get to all the good things that they're talking about? This is how. Your spirit guides are saying that you need to go inward, and you need to actually address those wounds that happened way back here in childhood, right? Did you ever, it's interesting that did you cut yourself? Have you ever cut yourself?
No, I've never cut myself on my wrist. I know that I've definitely like, I haven't went like all the way, but I've definitely been to the point where I'm like almost there. Like it's hard to like talk about, but I mean like scratching and other stuff, not necessarily just taking a blade, you know?
So yes, the self-harm,
Yeah.
scratching, blade, doesn't matter, self-harm. Okay. Like, you think that that's something that's done in private or done, you know, in secret, nobody knows. And I know that it's on live and there's people that are hearing this now, but the point is not that the world knows about your self-harm. The point is that your spirit team was with you in that moment every time. And they love you, and they love you through it all. And they say that that's not what's going to heal it. Harming yourself isn't what's going to heal it. I know it feels good to release that pain in some way, to be able to think about something else, but that's not how you heal it. And how you heal it is to go inward and to actually focus on those situations and those times and places that have caused you to have those wounds that you still carry, that cause those broken pieces of your heart. I literally see your heart almost like a patchwork quilt, to where it's just like pieces all over the place, and you've just tried to stitch them together as good as you possibly could in the moment. And it's like all of those stitches are failing, and it's like they're starting to fray and they're popping apart, and you're like, what is happening here? So there's like so many emotions going as each one of these strings is popping, and spirit saying, listen, we don't do jerry rig healing around here. I am not going to allow you to just try to piece your heart back together. I'm going to heal it for you. And how I'm going to heal it is I'm going to teach you to go inward and face those inner wounds. So what were those wounds that caused you to have those thought processes that said, I'm going to feel better if I scratch myself? I used to do things when I was a kid, and I actually just now remembered this. So like, this is interesting. Okay, that this is coming up. But I remember when I was a kid and I would be frustrated, and I was abused growing up. Okay. So I always knew that no matter what I did, there was a beating coming. No matter what I did, there was a beating coming, and it was going to be less or worse, you know, depending on whatever happened. And I remember when I was little, I would get upset with myself, be it frustrated because I didn't do something right. I made the same mistake again. I said the same stupid thing that got me in trouble in that relationship before. Why did I do that? Right. And I would end up sitting there with so I don't know why spirit's showing me that to tell you this, but can you see me? Okay. I would be in my chair like this. I'm going to put y'all like this. Okay. So this is how I would be. And I would sit here like this, and I would just beat the shit out of myself. And I would beat the shit out of my face, and I would pull my hair, and I would beat the living shit out of myself, because I thought, if it's coming anyway, let me just do it to myself. You can relate, right? So I would think, if it's coming anyway, let me just do it to myself. At least then I'm already hurt. I'll be numb by the time she gets here, and it won't hurt. And I feel like that's the kind of solution that you've thought. If I just numb it, it won't hurt anymore. Nobody else can hurt me. I'm just going to be happy and content with what I have and where I'm at. And I'm not letting anybody else in. And I'm sure as hell not letting anybody else out. If you're here to stay. If you leave, fuck you. Don't ever come back in my life again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a coping mechanism. It's not actually healing anything. It's only causing more pain because you never actually healed it and everything's busting loose. So it's time to go in and do that inner healing. Those memories that are popping up in your brain as we're talking, you're reliving some of those memories. You're like, why is that coming up? Why am I remembering that? Why? I'm trying to focus here. It's because that's spirit showing you here. See how this still triggers you? See how this still causes emotions to rise up in you? I need you to deal with those things. So how do we deal with it? We've talked about different healing. I'm seeing nothing over here, by the way. So if you guys are telling me time or anything, I'm not getting anything. So please update me if we're good over here. One of the best healing techniques, I'll tell you a few. Okay. One is going to be just free write journaling. If you don't know where to start and you're so overwhelmed and stressed and you need to just get in and start working on something, just be like, okay, God, I'm here to meet with you. I'm here. I don't know what the fuck to do. Like this was me last week. I was like, I'm so stressed out. I'm emotional as all get out. I don't know what is going on. This is with the new moon bringing stuff up. It was a healing weekend. That's what it was for. Right. And I didn't want to meditate. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do any of it. I wanted it just to go away. Well, it doesn't just go away, right? So finally I was like, okay, time's up. Oh gosh, you never gave me warnings. Okay, so long, bless you. Oh gosh. Oh, apparently that happened a long time ago. Oh well, this was meant to be. This was meant to be. You guys are benefiting from it too. All right, so what I did is I just said, okay, one word. Can I just come up with one word for how I feel right now? What's my one word? And I took my notebook and I sat down and I wrote my one word. As soon as I wrote that one word, I then wrote the next word that came to mind and the next word and the next word and the next phrase. And then I eventually had, a whole page full of different little things that I doodled whenever I felt something and I saw a picture, I tried to draw the image. By the time I went through this, I started with depression and I ended writing over it with balance and intentionality. So when you get intentional about bringing in balance into your life, the depression leaves, right? So how do you do that? You focus on self-love, self-care. You take care of you first. You start going inward and you say, okay, I'm here. What are the stories we're gonna go through and address today? For me, I grew up with a lot of physical abuse and sexual abuse. So I had to deal with that. I had to go back to that very first memory. My very first memory is abuse and neglect. So I had to go back to that very first memory and say, okay, in this room, because that room's still in your mind. Remember, the past is done. It's gone. It's over with. It doesn't exist for anyone other than you in your mind. That blew my mind when I read that in The Power of Now last week. I was like, it doesn't exist. I'm upset over something that doesn't exist. Yes, it existed. Yes, it happened. But why is it affecting me now, here and now? Because what in the here and now, what problem do I have? Nothing. Here and now, there's absolutely nothing bothering me. I need to live in the now. But our problems come when we're in the now, but we're living in the past or we're living in the future. We're not focusing on what's happening within us right now and where we're supposed to be right now. So Spirit's saying, go in and heal those wounds of the past, so that those wounds can evacuate out of your mind and they can't affect you in that way anymore. Because just like whenever I immediately brought, like when we first started talking, I know nobody else could see your face, but when we first started talking, I mentioned your dad, the energy with your dad and everything. And whenever I said, it wasn't your fault and that, you needed to know that, your immediate response was rolling your eyes and looking away. So there's a lot of pain there. There's a lot there. And your automatic response is to avoid. And that's normal. It's normal, but it's not healthy. It doesn't heal. It doesn't help. You just end up carrying that with you. And then I bet you, if you notice throughout relationships, other relationships that you have tend to have those same breaking points, same barrier points, same points of conflict, because you never figured out how to heal and deal with that so that you could then actively have a healthy communicative relationship here, because you never really had it here. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is so hard. It's so hard to do all that for yourself. But take that time that you need to heal those inner wounds, and take time. Don't do it when you're like, okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to go sit on the pot and cry for a minute. Like, no, set aside time, be intentional, make it your full-time job. Like literally, if you have the ability to spend 3 or 4 hours, say part-time job. Okay. If you have the ability to spend a few hours a day working on you just for a season, do it. If you don't have kids, now is the perfect time. If you are single and you don't have kids, if you ain't coming out of that healed, honey, what are you doing? Take advantage of that time, because let me tell you, once you have a husband and kids and all the things, it's hard as hell to make that time. So make the time now to do the healing now, so you're healed and ready for later. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
your guides want to talk to you about healing today, and the fact that you have a gift. And trust me too, when you have a gift like we have, yeah, you're psychic too. You're not just an empath, and you already knew that. I'm not telling you anything new. It just freaked you out before and you didn't have confirmation of it. So there you go. I see that you see things, okay? You need to start trusting it. Start saying thank you. Like, yeah, all right, I got that. And then start practicing. If you get something, like obviously not like, hey, you're gonna die in 2 weeks, right? But if you get something like, hey, you know what? I was thinking about you the other day, and I just like really felt like I got a message for you that like you're gonna find like you're going to find a new like passion for caring for animals or whatever. And I really think you should go get an animal. Like, I don't know. I just saw you with a dog, I don't know, whatever. That's just whatever came to my mind just now. Maybe get a dog. I don't know, but whatever that situation is, don't be afraid to tell it, or to be like, okay, for me, I think when I first started telling people things, I would just kind of slip things here and there and be like, so this may be really weird, but I had this idea the other day, like I was thinking about you and I just kind of saw this thing, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I just want to tell you, like, just in case it happens, and then like a week later, they're like, oh my God, that totally happened. So just start practicing your gift. Okay. Start practicing and just ask Spirit to open that for you when you're ready. But remember, you do not want to, yes, you can I'm still healing. Okay. You do not have to be healed completely to be able to use your gift and help heal other people. Okay. Because healing is a constant. So don't negate your gifts and your abilities because of your limitations and your things that are holding you back. Focus on healing those things and, working on opening communication with Spirit. Okay. I feel like a lot of things happen for you in the grocery store. And like I feel like you've even got just for people in the grocery store. I don't know why Spirit keeps taking me back to that. Have you stopped somebody and given them a message in the grocery store before or no?
No. I don't think I've ever.
You just feel it all. Okay. Yeah. Well, be prepared that may be where you first step out. I'll tell you, it's easier to step out with a stranger than it is with family. Okay. So maybe when you're ready to start practicing, okay, this is for all of you that are gifted and want to try your gift. Okay. Maybe try practicing when you have a piece about it. You'll know when it's time. You'll feel. And maybe just set your intention before you go and say, all right, Spirit, it's me and you. Show me the person you want me to find. Give me a treasure hunt. This is one thing I did. I did this in Haiti. This is the coolest thing. Okay. I call it treasure hunt. Hey, this is going to end in a minute. So after this, I'm going to have you go back to the live because it's going to boot us in a minute. But I'll finish this story and then I'll let you go back to the live. Or were you even in the live? Or you just
I was.
I don't know how y'all were doing things, FaceTiming and stuff. I was so confused. Okay, so this is really, really cool. It's called treasure hunting. Okay, I did this in Haiti when I lived in Haiti when I was in missionary training school. Yeah, I was a missionary. Yep. So here we go. This is what we did. So we asked God. We got into meditation prayer, right? We just got in quiet and stillness and asked God, okay, we are going out in the streets with intention of bringing healing and wholeness to people. It was during Mardi Gras week. Okay. This is like voodoo, who do all the things, like everything's happening. There's intense spiritual things happening, and not all of it is good. Like there's a lot of evil there. Okay. Y'all, we decided to go out in the middle of Mardi Gras and do what we call a treasure hunt. We asked God to show us the people that needed healing, that we wanted to go show that God was real and bring healing to people. I know that I have a gift of healing. I've had it in my hands forever. I feel the warmth. I feel the vibrations. I feel the energy going. I pray for people. I lay hands on them. They heal. It happens. It has happened my whole life. When we were in Haiti, we asked for these specific things. Okay. So we're all sitting down with pen and paper. Nobody's talking. We're just praying, and whatever messages we get, we're writing it down. I wrote down a multitude of things, but I was just like, it's just like little things. So this is so fun. Okay. It's like a scavenger hunt. You're like, okay, God, who am I looking for? I got yellow pants toothache. That was one of the ones I got. Yellow pants toothache. Another one I got was orange Converse, and backache. Okay. Several others. I don't remember those. Those two I remember. No joke. We collab at the end of this session. There's like probably a dozen or more of us. And we collab at the end in our little groups, and we're like, okay, what did you get? What did you get? What did you get? Multiple of us had the same ones, right? And we're like, okay, that's legit. That's cool. So we asked for these treasure hunts, right? No joke. We opened the gate to go out into the streets of Mardi Gras, where all the stuff's happening from our little compound thing. We go out the gate. I kid you not, standing across the street, literally the second we opened the gate, yellow pants chick. I ain't never seen somebody in Haiti wearing yellow pants either. Like Converse, I had not seen it. Okay, I had not seen it. So I walk out and I'm like, yellow pants, we gotta go. So I get my translator, we go over there, and I'm like, hey, hi, my name's Alicia. We were just praying. I'm just telling you what's happening. Like I was just praying and meditating, asking God to show me who we're supposed to give these messages to. We're out praying and asking for healing, for God to bring healing to people, to show that he's real. So do you have a toothache? And she was like, I have a major toothache. She's like, my back tooth has been throbbing. She said, I can't go to the dentist. I can't get it fixed. And I was like, God told me to come to you. I prayed and asked God, who do you want to send me to bring healing? So if you will allow me, God showed me you, yellow pants, toothache. Look, I have it written down right here. Can I pray for you? Can I lay hands on you and give you healing? And she was like, yes. Laid hands on her, prayed for her, toothache healed immediately. Okay. Now, there's other times that it's like where it's a message of, okay, I know that you're going to have me tell something to someone. So in those instances, then you would be like, okay, Spirit, so maybe tell me what they look like. Tell me what they're wearing or something. And then you tell me what the message is and I'll tell it to them. But you got to be willing to step out in faith and do it, right? So then if you go in there and they're like, okay, you're going to see a mom that's wearing cropped off yoga pants with a hoodie, and she's got a little girl with her. She needs to know that she is loved and that she's beautiful. Simple. I can do it, right? You go in the store, you're looking for her. Think about the excitement just that brought to your face, even just thinking about that happening. And you're walking through the store and you're looking for her, and all of a sudden you see that little girl, you look up, you see the mom in the hoodie, you're like, oh my God, it's real. Like Spirit told me that, right? And then you go up to her and you're like, hey, you know what? I just felt that I need to tell you that you are beautiful and you are loved and you are accepted. God loves you. I just wanted you to know that. Like, just need you to know. Have a great day. Boom, gone. You did it. You acted out your gift. You obeyed. And guess what? That opens you up to new levels. Okay. You're about to explode. We're gonna be collabing soon. I just know this. So okay. Well, welcome to our newest psychic. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here and letting me connect with you guys and heal. You got lots of work to do, but you're going to do it. I'm proud of you. You are beautiful.
Thank you. So are you. It was nice hearing about your stuff as well.
Oh, thank you.
And good luck with everything.
You too. I'll see you back in the live.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be back there.